Nicole Leone and Travis Jones. Vanderbilt awaiting the winner in round 2. We are underway on a Saturday night in Nashville. And it's Colorado that starts with the basketball. Ziana Walker. Hands off for Jade Massacayo. Spins her way and opens the scoring. The senior from Fort Worth, Texas, delivers.
And Jay, that's a big key that I'm looking for in this game. If Colorado wants to come away with the win, they need a big game out of Massacayo. She's averaging only 6 points per game in her last 7.
Here's Barry Wallace. We just told you about her. The leading scorer does exactly that. And let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Capital One. The Colorado team that we've told you about their defense, but 2 for 2 on the offensive end to start this one. Tabitha Betson, the sophomore. And take a look at the Illini starting 5. You've got a sophomore and 2 freshmen on an extremely young team. A lot of players on both teams playing their first ever NCAA tournament game. Colorado only has 1 player who's been to the tourney before. Illinois, just a handful. And what a start for the 10-seeded Buffaloes. Tough take. The freshman, Ciara Parchment, the crafty Canadian for 2.
It is quite the 1-2 punch with Wallace and Parchment, the sophomore and the freshman. Great size on the interior, great versatility scoring-wise.
Colorado with all 6 points coming in the paint. For the opening 2 minutes, neither team has missed. Colorado 3 for 3, Illinois 2 for 2. That one off the mark. Offensive rebound, though. Keeps the possession alive for Colorado. Here's Ziana Walker. Pull-up pop. Missed it. And Destiny Jackson, the freshman point guard from Chicago, tracks it down. Keep an eye on number 2. She is not shy to let it fly, and that's why fearless freshman ties it at 6.
Yeah, we've talked a lot of young players already for the Fighting Illini. Destiny Jackson, another one on the list. She averages 5 assists per game, among the best in the Big Ten.
There's Jackson again. And you'd think Illinois would be looking to push it before Colorado can get into that set defense where they've been playing so comfortably in the late stages of this season. Walker into the lane in attack mode, draws the foul. Aaliyah Guyton whistled.
And we talked about the defense of this Colorado team, but they are off to a strong offensive start. Ziana Walker, one of their leaders, 11 points per game. A quick trip to the free throw line.
And J.R. Payne, Colorado's head coach, quick to make a substitution. That is Desiree Wooten, averaging 17.5 points per game over the last 4. She is the leading scorer for this Colorado team, and she does it coming off the bench.
Yeah, J.R. Payne told us this is something she's always done, is bring one of her best offensive players off the bench. And clearly there's not a lot of time on the bench. I mean, she was at the scorer's table 2 minutes into the game. And on the other side, Illinois has a really talented 6th player as well. Maddie Weber has subbed into this game.
So Payne now making her 4th trip in the last 5 years to the NCAA tournament. In year number 10 as the head coach for Colorado. 2 trips to the Sweet 16. Probably most surprising to do it this season where you have 10 new players and you lost a lot, but continuing to find ways to win. Can they do it as a 10 seed against a very talented 7-seeded Illinois team who has come out firing? That's Parchment again. The freshman showing up in a big way. They've got 6 of Illinois' 8. Logan Greer, another freshman. Can't connect. Here's Barry Wallace, transition 3. No good. Wooten lost the handle. And here comes Destiny Jackson back the other way. Parchment splits 2. couldn't finish it. Wallace tracks down the rebound, keeps the possession alive. Parchment steps out for a three, buries it. Ciara Parchment red hot to start this one.
Pick and pop action, freshman to freshman. Jackson off the screen, Parchment at 6'3". She shot 48% from three in Big Ten play.
Immediate answer, Jade Masagayo delivers on the other end. These two teams going punch for punch in this opening quarter.
Yeah, we expected an offensive flow like this from Illinois, but Colorado has been much better on the defensive end, but they're off to a hot start as well.
Jackson can't stick it. Colorado has numbers. Masagayo, they say she rolled out of bounds, lost her footing there, and commits the turnover.
And here are the two all Big Ten freshmen. Destiny Jackson, the point guard, flipping it back to Ciara Parchment. And then Masagayo on the other end. She's off to a hot start. Fell out of bounds on this one, so back to Illinois. But J.R. Payne has to like the start from her senior Masagayo. She had a chat with her and said, our team is better when you are aggressive.
Yeah, she told us she's the most selfless player on the team and said you're actually being selfish when you're not aggressive and you defer to your teammates because we need you to be your most aggressive self. Well, she's come out firing. She got 6 of Colorado's 10, and we've got
straight 20-plus win seasons, and this is the first time that Illinois has made back-to-back NCAA tournaments since they did it 4 years in a row from 1996 to 2000.
Both of these teams have come out firing. Colorado made their first 3. Illinois is connected on 5 of their first 9. A lot of inexperience on the court when it comes to NCAA tournament games. Ayanna Walker, the only player for Colorado to play in an NCAA tournament game. Illinois, so many freshmen. Barry Wallace, who's a sophomore, did play in the tournament a year ago. Just grabbed that rebound playing with a mask for the last month after she broke her nose on a West Coast trip. This is the layup there. Everybody has embraced their bigger role on both of these teams, and now with the light shining as bright as it has ever been, who will step up and join Vanderbilt in the second round here in Nashville? Feels like both defenses have settled into this opening quarter. Wallace got it.
I was about to say a really good defensive possession from Colorado, keeping Illinois contained, but Barry Wallace at 6'1" is able to pull up and shoot over the top of the defense.
Pull up, pop, the immediate answer, Desiree Wooen. They're the leading scorer for both of these teams with the last basket, Wallace and Wooen.
Yeah, what a crafty finish from Wooen, who's only 5'8". She had to get a little creative in how she went up with that attempt.
Parchment buries it. Ciara Parchment, the freshman from Canada. She's got 9.
She's fundamental. She keeps things simple. Just curled around that screen, got her feet set.
And Wooen with back-to-back buckets. And what's incredible about Parchment is she's coming off that 2-point performance against Iowa in the Big Ten tournament loss. Worst game of the season, and she's already got 9 in this opening quarter. Keep an eye on 30 and White, her fellow freshman. Jackson blocked, kept alive. Colorado never gave up on that possession. Great defense that forces the turnover. And now for tonight's Need to Know, brought to you by Invesco QQQ. We mentioned earlier, but this is the youngest team in the 68-team tournament field. 5 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and a lot of them get big minutes for head coach Shauna Green.
Yeah, we mentioned Ciara Parchment, Destiny Jackson, both named to the Big Ten all-freshman team. Each of them have already set Illinois freshman records. Some of them are going for single-season records regardless of class.
Wooten tried to deflect the ball off Brown Hager and instead turns it over. And Illinois can't get the finish on the inside. Maddie Weber misses the layup. With Desiree Wooten calling for it. 3 in black, the leading scorer who comes off the bench for Colorado. She's been active since joining the action. Has it here. Step back 3. She was feeling it after back-to-back makes. Hustle kept alive, and it leads to 2. Jade Masagayo in perfect position and puts Colorado in front.
This is a Colorado team second in the Big 12 with 13 offensive rebounds per game. And that was a big one there from Dutas.
Wallace, the answer. Barry Wallace, the sophomore, unafraid of the moment. Wooten back the other way, right to the rim. Back and forth we go in Nashville.
Desiree Wooten, fun to watch. First season as a Buffalo, 2 seasons at North Texas prior to this, playing on a much bigger stage now.
What a fun first quarter this has been. 2-seeded Vanderbilt awaiting the winner. Guyton into the paint, misses it. Risky pass, and it pays off. Here's Wooten. And now Colorado slows things down. 3 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock at the end of this opening quarter. Ten on the timer. Masagayo. Everything but the finish. 4 seconds for Illinois. A heave, good if it goes. Yes! Maddie Weber beats the buzzer and fires Illinois in front by 2.
A high-level offensive game to start things off here in Nashville.
Yeah, back and forth we go. Already 5 lead changes between these 2 teams. Each sporting a pair of a dynamic duo. Wallace and Parchment for Illinois, and right on cue, that just rims out. Wallace trying to follow her own miss. Called for a foul. And Wallace and Parchment so good in that opening quarter, but it was Maddie Weber who banked in a deep 3 as the buzzer sounded that has put Illinois in front. And for Colorado, 16 of their 18 points have come in the paint. Clear point of emphasis that has paid off. Here's Walker. 8 seconds to shoot. Travel.
Solid defense from the Fighting Illini, really walling off any sort of penetration that was trying to come into the paint, forcing the turnover.
Colorado only attempted 1 3 in that first quarter, so you wonder if Illinois is going to clog that paint and force Colorado to make some outside shots. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Parchment, the fearless freshman. She's got 12 of the Illini's 23.
And it's worth repeating this. Ciara Parchment shot 48% from behind the arc in Big Ten play. She can be money from behind the line.
Well, the biggest game of her career, the freshman from Whitby, Ontario, Canada, has been terrific. Colorado still looking for their first basket of the second quarter. Too strong. Battle for the board. Who touched it last? They say Colorado did. Illinois ball. Illinois a 23-18 advantage. The officials are still over at the monitor because Colorado has appealed that it's Illinois ball. And I don't know, Kim, if there's a look good enough to provide that indisputable evidence you need to overturn it.
Yeah, so the call on the floor was Illinois basketball. Usually when the officials are looking at something for as long as they have been here, multiple minutes, usually it's that they don't have something that is clear and conclusive enough to overturn the call on the floor. The officials have been looking at this for about 3 minutes now. So this was a Colorado appeal. It's a new rule in women's basketball this year. Unlimited number of appeals. You could appeal at any point in the game on an out-of-bounds possession. If the call is upheld, then Colorado is going to be charged a timeout.
And to me, if you can't figure it out in the first few minutes,
in the first 4 minutes and counting,
then you don't have the evidence you need.
Yeah, I would be surprised if this call is overturned here. I think Colorado may be losing a timeout.
Well, this 7-10 matchup, the second to last tip-off of what has been a terrific opening round of the NCAA tournament in 2026. Vanderbilt awaiting the winner of Colorado and Illinois.
They're bringing in more eyes for this. I mean, at some point, I think we got to move on if there's not an angle that's showing a clear overturn, no?
I agree completely. There should almost be a 3-minute timer, and I know you want to get it right. But at some point in time, getting it right is saying we don't have enough evidence to overturn it.
Totally. And we will applaud these officials who have been awarded a spot in the NCAA tournament, just like the teams, and they're trying to move on to the regional round.
Now, Kim Adams, you said you lose a timeout. I will say this: Colorado's getting their money's worth if they do. They have stayed in their huddle throughout this entire timeout. Illinois has been on the court for the last 3 minutes.
You almost got to get on the bike at this point.
After review, Colorado 15 is the last player to touch the ball. The call on the floor is confirmed. Colorado will be charged a timeout for an unsuccessful appeal.
Definitely, they got it right. Took a little bit more time than I think we were expecting, but that's a big timeout lost for Colorado. I think early in the game, when you think about the advancement rule in women's basketball, a lot of coaches save those timeouts in the event that the game is tight and they want to advance it in the final minute. So it's a big swing. And
if you're unfamiliar with the setup here at Historic Memorial Gymnasium in Nashville, the benches are on the baseline. So you see that's Illinois head coach Shauna Green right next to the inbounder. And you're the former player. Does that make you even more nervous when your head coach is standing a foot from you?
I was literally thinking that today, getting ready for the game. Like now the opponent inbounding it with the opposing team right behind. It is such a unique setup here. We're calling the game from below court level, removed from the sideline. We're trying to adjust our eyes to this unique situation.
And Vanderbilt head coach, this is her home floor, so Shea Ralph was a little more comfortable with the mechanics of going back between the bench and where the coaches are allowed to come out to the coaches box. But Shauna Green, Illinois head coach, said she's just going to coach from the baseline because she likes being able to be close to her bench. So she practiced that throughout the week, coaching from a different spot on the floor.
Yeah, really interesting. Yeah, we were watching practice yesterday. She was coaching from the baseline. She's creeping out now, though. You can go to the regular coach's box on the sideline.
Yeah, she has moved from her baseline position to watch her team defend a 5-point lead. Colorado's scoring has slowed down after a great start to this game. That has been their Achilles heel in losses. They've won 10 of their last 14. Scoop to the hoop for 2. Ziana Walker makes it a 1-possession game.
Yeah, it seemed like a slower offensive start for Colorado in the second quarter, but Walker breaks that open with a nice downhill drive.
Weber, that rattles in and out, no good. Desiree Wooten, Colorado's leading scorer. She's tied her shoe a couple of times in the last minute. Hopefully gets that sorted out. They'll need her to be feeling her best. Shot clock ticks down to 6. Walker. And now Wooten. 2 seconds to shoot. Gets it off and hits it.
And you saw Shauna Green on that baseline. She was really frustrated with her team. They played great defense for about 29 seconds of the shot clock, and then Wooten makes them pay at the final second.
Parchment answers. Ciara Parchment. She's got 14 in this first half. What a performance.
I mean, just like parchment paper, she is smooth right now. She's missed 1 shot in this game.
And Wooten has 8 of the last 10 for Colorado. Those two carrying the load offensively. Greer lines up the 3, way off the mark. Ball's loose, picked up by Weber. Parchment calling for it, gets it. Fouled. Now Wallace and Parchment, what a dynamic duo those two have been all season long for Illinois, and it's fitting that they have combined for 20 of the Fighting Illini's 25 in this first half.
We talked with Shauna Green yesterday about this, just how these young players, freshman, sophomore, play with such a maturity about their game and seem to be unfazed and fearless. And Ciara Parchment is just lighting it up so far in her NCAA tournament debut.
A rare missed free throw from Parchment, who's 80% on the season. And Illinois is the second best free throw shooting team in the nation at 82%. Got the second one. That was the first trip to the line in this first half for Illinois.
Shot clock didn't start.
And we resume, ticking near the midway point of this second quarter. Illinois in front by 4. Ciara Parchment has all 6 points of this second quarter for the Illini. Walker trying to shake free, splits 4. Everything but the finish. Jackson tracks it down. Here's Destiny Jackson, contested take, missed it. Still battling for the ball, jump ball. Possession arrow with Colorado. We have a break in the action. Illinois up by 4.
Shocking early exit in their first game of the SEC tournaments, and they certainly got things right over the course of the last 2 weeks. Michaela Blakes and company were on point. They put up over 100.
An awesome atmosphere here in Nashville for the 2-seeded Vanderbilt Commodores, now 17-0 at historic Memorial Gymnasium, continuing what has been a special record-setting season. And who will they play in the second round, Illinois or Colorado? Right now, the Illini with all the momentum. The freshman leading the way. Jackson, another bucket. Parchment has done her job with 15 points in this first half.
Ooh.
Blocking foul called against Parchment. That'll send Tabitha Betson to the line to shoot 2.
Illinois has really been packing in this paint. Ciara Parchment with the block. Just in case any viewers are newer to women's hoops, that restricted arc on the floor does not apply to women's basketball, just men's basketball.
Tabitha Betson, great story and perseverance. She took the fall semester off, needed to go back home to Australia, hadn't been back in a few years. Her coaching staff, her teammates, they didn't know if they'd see her the rest of the season. Thought she might be gone for good. Came back on December 14th, welcomed back with open arms, feeling like her best self. And she's been a difference maker come conference play for Colorado.
Yeah, credit to her teammates for just allowing her to take that time that she needed, and her coaches as well, and then just welcoming her right back into the fold. She brings good size for them at 6'2".
Jackson lines up the three, missed it.
How about that Colorado defense just swarming Maddie Weber when she got 2 feet in the paint? And that's one where you want to burn that with a three, but Jackson couldn't get it to fall.
Asagayo misfires. Battle for the board. Jump ball. Possession arrow with Illinois. And everything is contested in this second quarter. Every rebound, every shot. Two teams defending at a high level. In the opening round of the NCAA tournament, your season is on the line, and you are seeing that effort come out on the court here in Nashville. Weber trying to shake free, turnaround, got it! Maddie Weber, she's hit the two most difficult shots of the game.
Yeah, that was smooth. Weber transferring in after 2 years at Villanova has been a really big piece for an Illinois team that's not very deep.
Wooten crossover, skies, and hits! Desiree Wooten, the junior's got 10.
She's just an entertaining offensive player. One of the smallest players on the floor at 5'8", can really dice up a defense, get into tight spots and finish.
Colorado's leading scorer who comes off the bench. She's leading them once again. Aaliyah Guyton only has 3 seconds to shoot. Has to let it fly. Missed it. Wallace almost got that offensive rebound. Everything working through Wooten when Colorado has the ball. Jackson went for the steal and commits the foul.
These two teams have been going back and forth. Maddie Weber, hesitation, dribble, met with a lot of traffic in the paint, but no problem on the turnarounds. And then Desiree Wooten, she's just been able to get her way to 2 feet in the paint at 5'8", stopping on a dime and elevating over the defense.
Not much to separate these teams. 4-point game with 2 minutes left of the first half. Greer for three. It's good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. It's the first made three of the night for Colorado, and it belongs to the freshman Greer.
Head coach J.R. Payne identified Greer as somebody who needed to have a big game for them to have success in this tournament. Said she's as talented as anybody they have on their roster.
Guyton knifes her way in for two. Aaliyah Guyton, the immediate answer. Wooten, Jackson, what a matchup that's been in this first half. The two guards continue to battle. Wooten nearly picked it off from Wallace to retain possession. It'll be Illinois ball, 1 possession game with 70 seconds left to this first half.
You can tell she wanted that finish. Wooten has been really good in the screen action, just toying with the defense, but defense gets the better of it that time, and Illinois gets possession back.
What a pass. Parchment to Wallace, the dynamic duo that continues to impress.
Yeah, the connection of those two is special because they can both play inside and out. So that was a little bit of a high-low look. Wallace with the off-ball movement.
Greer, fade away. Missed it. Well, the youngest team in the NCAA tournament has not looked like it as Shauna Green barks orders from the baseline.
Yeah, I could hear her heel stomp. She's trying to yell at her team from the opposite baseline. Now she makes her way a little closer.
8 seconds on the shot clock. Jackson springs into the attack, finds Guyton for three. Missed it, and Colorado has time. Here's Walker. 5 seconds left in the half. Stripped. And Colorado will get a baseline out of bounds underneath their own hoop. Shauna Green on the court. doesn't know where to stand here in the first half of the unique setup here in Nashville.
Doesn't know where to stand, but bringing that same intensity we always see from her.
Wooten fires it. Couldn't connect, and that finishes what it was a very back and forth and exciting first half here in Nashville. And it's a 7-seeded Illinois.
She knocked down 2 triples.
And they are tonight's slam dunk matchups brought to you by Wendy's. Parchment 15 points in the first half. She only had 2 points in the Big Ten tournament, lost to Iowa. Both of these teams had terrific runs in their respective conference tournaments. Colorado all the way to the Big 12 semifinals, lost to the eventual champion West Virginia by 1. Illinois improved their seed with a couple of nice wins in the Big Ten tournament. Great takeaway, defensive stand for the Fighting Illini to start this second half with the basketball leading by 5. We've said it a few times, but this is the youngest team in the 68-team field, and they have leaned on their freshmen, Parchment and Jackson. And their sophomore, Barry Wallace, leading scorer, who has it here. Fade away. Got it!
We'll put Barry Wallace in the young category as well, even though she looks like a 4-year vet out there. She was a little quieter in the later stages of that first half, but she gets things going early here.
And Illinois has opened up their largest lead of the game, a 6-0 run that extends back to the end of the first half. Big time make. Aniel Dutas, the senior from France, delivers it.
Yeah, Dutas stretching the defense a little bit. If I'm Illinois, I would pack that paint and force Colorado to beat me from the outside. They make only 4 threes per game at 27%.
Well, they rely on their defense. Couldn't get the finish. That was Dutas again. You know, the one thing you know about Colorado is they are going to get enough stops to give their offense a chance. It's just, will they execute? And misses like this could come back to haunt you.
Yeah, Dutas, she likes to go by AD. Good defense to offense, though, and that was a nice bucket she had on the possession prior, but Colorado retains possession here.
Masagayo trying to muscle her way in against Parchment. Count it, plus the foul. Jade Masagayo, and end one.
I would get her a touch every possession. This has been a tough cover for the young Fighting Illini when Jade Masagayo is being this aggressive in the interior, using her length at 6'3". She's up to 10 points in this game.
That she had only reached double figures in 1 game of the last 7. We referenced that conversation with her head coach, J.R. Payne, coming into the NCAA tournament, saying, you got to be more aggressive. When you're aggressive, we're better. Sometimes too humble, too selfless. Challenged her to take over this opening round matchup, and she's responded.
Yeah, tonight she looks more like the player that was named to the All-Big 12 second team at the end of the season.
Guyton looking for the answer. Jackson, the follow, no good. Colorado stringing together some stops now. Wooten tried to thread the needle, stolen away. Back and forth we go. Parchment, hard foul. And she'll get 2 at the line.
Illinois trying to get out and play with some pace. We've mentioned the nice connection those two have. Barry Wallace over to Parchment. Nice job running the floor.
Well, there's a great look at that unique setup we were talking about at Memorial Gymnasium. Head coach Shauna Green in the white blazer, coaching from the baseline. For the 6th year straight, every NCAA Women's Championship game is on the networks of ESPN. For more information, go to ncaa.com. First round action wrapping up tonight. Second round begins tomorrow and continues on Monday. And who will join 2-seeded Vanderbilt here in Nashville? The Commodores took care of business and then some with a 102-61 victory against High Point, and now awaiting the winner of our 7-10 matchup. Big 10 and the Big 12 going punch for punch in the opening round. Give and go. Walker lost the handle. Colorado recovers it, and it leads to 2. Masagayo in perfect position.
A.D. Dutat has brought great energy on the defensive end, has been disruptive. She was the one who got that assist.
Back to a 2-point game. Wallace dispossessed, and Masagayo goes down clutching her face. The officials have signaled they're going to review this. With Masagayo still down.
The ruling on the floor is a foul on Colorado 14. We will review the play for a potential unobserved flagrant foul.
So it was Masagayo who was called for the original foul, and they'll take a look to see if there was a flagrant that followed. We'll be right back.
We are here at Planet Fitness, getting strong for the season.
Stands on Masagayo and nothing on Parchment, which I think was the correct call. I didn't think there was anything excessive or unnecessary about that. It was just a basketball play.
Jackson explodes down the lane and draws the foul, and I agree with you, Kim. Certainly how it was officiated was correct. You do feel for Masagayo because she ends up with the elbow in the face, albeit incidental, and yet she's the one called for the foul, and now on the bench still kind of nursing that face.
She's got some ice on the face. I mean, they would love to get her back in the game as soon as she's ready, because she has really been a spark plug for the Buffs.
Well, if this becomes a free throw shooting contest in the second half, Illinois likes their chances. Destiny Jackson, 82% from the line this season. They are a great free throw shooting team, second in the nation in free throw percentage.
Yeah, it was really interesting in practice yesterday. They do pressure free throws where they send one player up to the line by themselves to shoot a couple of free throws, and if they miss, the whole team runs.
Kick to the corner. Greer missed it. A foul on the floor against Illinois, going for that rebound. And we were talking at halftime, Colorado only 1 made 3 in that first half. A team that prefers to go inside to the paint for their points. But does Illinois decide to pack things in and make them earn it from deep as this game moves on? Another foul called against the Illini.
We had a very clean half foul-wise. I think we looked at the box score. There were only, I think, 5 fouls called in the first half. And now we have 4 on Illinois, 3 on Colorado in the first couple of minutes of this third quarter.
One possession game, Colorado with the ball, trailing by 3. Winner joins 2-seeded Vanderbilt in the second round here in Nashville. Greer through contact, couldn't muscle it home. Jackson lobs it ahead. Wallace gathers, goes up for 2. Barry Wallace, the sophomore leading scorer for Illinois, continues to deliver.
And the vision of the freshman point guard, Destiny Jackson, who just saw that opening up for Wallace and led her with the pass.
Shot clock ticks down to 8. Swatted away. Parchment, the freshman on freshman. And number 30 in white, Ciara Parchment, continues to deliver. A swat on the other way. That's Greer, just got her shot blocked. Answering on the other end.
Yeah, Logan Greer got her lick back. She said that with some passion. Logan Greer just had her shot blocked on the other end. So she's evening out the score sheet there. That was a vicious one into the photographers.
Well, we said it a couple of times in the first half, but so many players making their NCAA tournament debut on both teams. Illinois, the youngest team in this 68-team field. Colorado only had Ziona Walker with previous tournament experience, and yet so many debuts that have been terrific. And the brightest of them all, Ciara Parchment, her first basket of the second half, but she has been outstanding all game long.
What a talent, what a find for Shauna Green out of Ontario, Canada. Ciara Parchment.
19 points for the freshman. Battle for the board, won by Colorado. No finish on the inside, and that's a jump ball. Possession arrow with Illinois.
Ciara Parchment, such a skilled player. That's a 6'3" freshman, taking it off the bounce, reverse layup, up and under. And then involved in this hustle play on the other end, getting on the floor. Illinois ball.
Colorado going full court pressure, and it pays off. Maeve McErlane putting her body on the line, wins the ball back for Colorado.
Yeah, at first glance from our vision point, yeah, that looked like a pretty easy call for the officials as Destiny Jackson swings through with that elbow. Maeve McErlane was right in her space.
And it's Jackson's third foul, so head coach Shauna Green pulls her out of the game. Just as Colorado was slipping in the danger zone of this third quarter, they've missed their last 5 shots in a scoring drought of 2.5 minutes now. They go full court pressure, and of course it's their defense that's the backbone of their program that delivers the turnover to try and swing the momentum.
Swinging to me did look a little excessive there, but nothing was upgraded.
Another miss from Colorado. They have made just 3 of their last 13. They've missed 6 straight. They scored 18 points in that first quarter. They've just had 18 since. It's allowed Illinois to go into the driver's seat here. Barry Wallace, the leading scorer, calling for the ball, gets it, and draws the foul. And she is automatic from the free throw line. 87% on the season, 118 for 136. She's been playing with that mask on her face ever since she broke her nose the day before the game at Oregon on February 4th. How about that? She breaks her nose in practice the night before the game and then plays the next day. Has adjusted to the mask just fine, has not hurt her production at all. The leading scorer at 18.5 points per game, and she has showed up in a big way tonight.
Yeah, we talked about her coming on the air, has doubled her scoring from freshman to sophomore, 9 to 18 points.
Ball on the ground, jump ball, possession arrow with Colorado. Illinois on a 7-0 run right now. Wallace and Parchment continue to pace the Fighting Illini. They've got 33 of the 45. And the Illinois men's program is headed to the Sweet 16. That game just went final, 76-55 against VCU. So now looking for the double to get both teams dancing into the Sweet 16 in March Madness. Obviously, Illinois would have to win against Vanderbilt on Monday night, but Shauna Green's program.
Chugging that beverage. It is a warm environment here at Memorial Gymnasium.
On a Saturday night, plenty of beverages are chugged in the city of Nashville. 4 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Illini a 9-point lead. Barry Wallace, Ciara Parchment, dynamic duo. They've delivered all night long. Parchment looking to set the screen. Shot clock ticks down to 5. Guyan goes up with it, misfires. Long rebound finds Desiree Wooten, the leading scorer for Colorado. Probably need to get number 3 in black a couple of touches here. She's been the spark plug. Jasmine Brown-Haggard, the junior, down in pain for Illinois.
And Illinois, a team that really only goes 7 deep as of late. So this is certainly a concern as we try to see what happens here with Brown-Haggard. Looks like she got tied up with her own teammate.
And had her to work all the way across the court to the bench on the baseline with the unique setup here at Memorial Gymnasium. Continue to get treated over on the Illinois bench. Been a very stop-start third quarter.
Absolutely. I think we jinxed it at halftime. We said that felt like a pretty quick first half.
4-minute scoring drought for Colorado. Desperate for a basket, and they turn it over. Illinois with all the momentum right now. Weber comes up short. Tried to squeeze it into Masagayo, and it's another turnover.
On the previous possession, you saw Illinois really packing that paint, double teaming, triple teaming on any sort of catch in the post. Forced the turnover, and then Colorado just too loose with the ball when they had some numbers there in transition.
A scoring drought that's now reached 4 minutes and 30 seconds, 4 turnovers during that spell, 6 missed shots. It's allowed Illinois to separate, a 9-point advantage. Jackson trying to spin her way in, didn't get a clean look. It was originally ruled Colorado ball, and they've come together, the officials, and said it'll be, in fact, Illinois ball underneath their own hoop. Weber lines up the 3, missed it. Now, Illinois had an opportunity to even further this lead, and now they've fallen cold. But Colorado can't capitalize on it.
Yeah, that's where disciplined shot selection comes into play. Maddie Weber is a 41% three-point shooter on the season, but just didn't look like she had her legs underneath her on that attempt.
The Illinois now missed 4 in a row. Colorado has missed their last 6. That's exactly what they needed, an easy bucket, and AD delivers.
Much better movement without the basketball, keeping that defense spread out a little bit as Illinois is looking to really pack it in. AD do top on the curl across the lane.
Jackson, that rattled in and out. He was halfway down. 2 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Walker with a head of steam draws the foul, and we'll get 2 at the line.
Ziana Walker and Desiree Wooten have really led this team as of late. 2 dynamic guards who can get downhill. And they've gotten help from Masagayo tonight as well, but it's really those 2 guards who I think need to try to take the reins of this game, as Walker just did.
Two shots coming for Walker. Makes the first. Coverage of the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship continues on CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV. For tournament game times and networks, go to ncaa.com. Now the Illinois men moving on. Got past VCU to advance to the Sweet 16. The Illini women would love to join them there. They got to finish this one up. Colorado has cut it to 5, and then they would have to upset Vandy on Monday night. 5-minute scoring drought for Colorado. Now a mini 4-0 run to cut it to 5. Shot clock ticks down to 10. Destiny Jackson kicks it out. 2 seconds. Weber misfires. Wooten has the rebound. Desiree Wooten trying to go coast to coast, too much on it. Offensive rebound, another try. Off the mark. Colorado tracks it down to keep this possession alive. How about the hustle?
And their defense has come up big the last couple of possessions. Can they capitalize on this end?
Wooten goes right into contact. A misfire that turns into 2. AD in perfect position makes it a one possession game.
Utah has made momentum swinging plays like that all game long. First season as a Colorado Buff after 3 years at Rhode Island.
The Buffs battling. They were down by 9. Now clawed back to make it a 3-point game. Barry Wallace puts her head down. Jump ball. It'll stay with the Illini underneath their own hoop. Shot clock down to 6.
Utah just had the defense there, but on this one, she brought the offense on the O board, not even coming down with it. We mentioned Utah coming from URI. Well, she was on the all-defensive team in the Atlantic 10 last season. You saw it there on that play, forcing the jump.
Only 6 seconds on the inbound. Weber didn't need much time there. Quick catch and release. Cashes in for 2. The Buffs could hold for the final shot of this third quarter if they choose to. Instead, attacking Desiree Wooten. How did that go in? First basket this half for Wooten, Colorado's leading scorer. 8 seconds left in the quarter. They feed Wallace. Double teamed, triple teamed. Passes to the corner. Weber did not get it off in time. She beat the buzzer to finish the first quarter. Can't do it there. And we punch back at the end of that third quarter. They've made it a one-possession game, and the Buffs start with the basketball.
And the Buffs have gotten back into this game because of their defense. In that third quarter, they held Illinois to 4 of 14 shooting, 28% from the field.
Can they get enough on the offensive end? Good look inside. Right on cue.
That was like a half shot, half pass.
It counts all the same. Tabitha Betson, the feed. And Utah makes it a 1-point game. 30 seconds into the fourth quarter. Double team, doesn't matter. Destiny Jackson gets it to go on the inside.
Oh. Brown Hager back in the game, and looks like she never left. She had been favoring one of her legs after an awkward landing. She's limping a little bit, it looks like there, but she doesn't care. It's win or go home.
Now this is what it's all about, nearing the end of the first round. What a terrific 2 days it's been. Second round action starts tomorrow. And these two teams want to keep their seasons alive. Arguably playing their best basketball of the year towards the end of the season, headed into their conference tournaments. They've been doing it with defense. Illinois, another critical caused turnover there. Betson commits the frustration foul after she lost possession.
Yeah, Tabitha Betson just tried to do too much with it in a tight spot, tried to go behind her back, and Illinois was able to pick up that ball on the secondary defender coming over.
A 7-10 game that has not had too much to separate these teams. Who will make the clutch plays down the stretch in this fourth quarter? With Destiny Jackson, the freshman's been fearless. 2 in white, backs it out here. Shot clock ticks down to 7. Jackson, crossover. Oh, Destiny Jackson, she is taking over.
I mean, that was ridiculous. The freshman point guard just weaving her way through multiple Colorado defenders en route to an easy layup.
Wooten, pull-up pop, looking for the answer. Can't get it. And, of course, it's Jackson with the rebound. Archman and Jackson, the two freshmen. That's who Illinois is playing through in crunch time for the opening round of the NCAA tournament. Ball on the floor. Colorado has it. J.R. Payne, Buffs head coach, wanted a timeout. The officials didn't give it to her. Wooten takes it for two. It all works out for Colorado, and it's back to a one-possession game.
I think Wooten and Ziana Walker, they need to keep their foot on the gas in terms of getting downhill. I know there's a Colorado team that wants to work through some shot clock, but those two can get down the floor in a hurry.
Oh, what an answer. Maddie Weber, the transfer from Villanova, delivers. We have seen some elite shot making already in this fourth quarter. Greer rattles in, touched every part of the rim and drops in for two.
Some fantastic young talent in this game. Logan Greer out of Wynwood, PA, 6'4" with some range.
Barely any NCAA tournament experience coming into this game for either program, and you would not know it judging by this high-level play. Shot clock down to 4. Kick to the corner. Jackson a three. Got it!
That was sensational playmaking from Jasmine Brown-Hager, who has not scored a point in this game. But she got to the paint and the perfect kick out to Jackson. Jackson has 7 points in 4 minutes of this fourth quarter. Colorado turns it over. Illinois a 6-point lead with under 6 minutes to play. Weber misfires. Risky pass. Weber gets back after the miss and steals it. How about the hustle from Maddie Weber? The body control to not just tap that away, but to save it and maintain her balance and get the possession back. Wallace wanted it. They tried to squeeze it to her. Scramble for the ball. Somehow Illinois keeps it. A three on the way. No good. And Colorado takes a timeout. J.R. Payne didn't like the chaotic sequence. Illinois Gatorade Player of the Year. She's the only freshman in NCAA Division I to average 9 points a game, 4 rebounds per game, 5 assists per game. So far tonight, she has 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. And Jackson is outscoring Colorado in this fourth quarter 7-6. But interestingly, head coach Shauna Green has Jackson off the court right now. I don't know how you could take her off the way she is the catalyst for Illinois right now, particularly in this fourth quarter. Sometimes coaches will give a little break right around the media timeouts for a little extra padding. It looks like she is fatigued on the sideline. Big time make. Ziana Walker makes it a 4-point game. Aaliyah Kaiyan, the sophomore, running point with Jackson on the bench. Here's Barry Wallace, Illinois' leading scorer. Calling for it back, gets it back, in attack mode. Wallace off the window and in for two. Barry Wallace with the repost. She got it, they were pushing her off her spot. She kicked it out, repost, and was able to use her size advantage to bully her defender deeper in the paint. Nasagayo, that spins in for two. And Colorado has made their last 4 shots. 4 minutes to play, 4-point game. They go right back inside to Wallace, who's fouled. Barry Wallace 6'1" with guard skills on the perimeter. She could hurt you outside. She could post you up with her strength. She has a smaller guard on her in the post, and nice job of her team of clearing out around her, because Colorado at times has sent her double teams, but that time it was just one-on-one, and she feasted on that matchup.
If you're wondering where Barry Wallace gets her toughness, playing with the broken nose, with the mask, making plays like that, well, she's one of 9. 4 brothers, 4 sisters from Pickerington, Ohio. And she plays with that toughness as an X factor. Destiny Jackson back into the game. They play through Wallace, who finds Jackson. Swatted! Masagayo says no. Illinois recovers. Still 10 seconds to shoot. Jackson, shot clock down to 4. Pull up pop. No good. And Masagayo rips down the rebound. Three minutes left in regulation. Win or go home. Corner 3. Off the mark. Masagayo battling for that rebound. Who wants to come up with it with your season on the line? Colorado has it. But a jump ball is called. J.R. Payne was trying to call that timeout. Colorado's got 2 remaining, but couldn't get it before Illinois tied it up.
Colorado went with a 3 on that possession. They're just 1 of 7 from 3 in the game. They only shoot 27% on the season. If I'm Colorado, I would be trying to get those guards downhill, trying to get Dutat on the move.
And it's Illinois ball because of the possession arrow. Barry Wallace, the inbounder. Fighting Illini, clinging to a 4-point advantage. 2-seeded Vanderbilt awaits the winner in the second round on Monday. Wallace hunting her shot, lost the handle. It spills out to Jackson. Hands it off. Brown Hager goes up. No good. Colorado's getting the stops they need. Can they convert on the offensive end?
Let's see if they try to get it to Desiree Wooten, who has 14 points, has really been able to break down the defense.
Has it here. Can't hit it. And it's Illinois ball with 1:58 to play.
That was a great look for Colorado. They got exactly what they wanted. Wooten off the screen. Clear pull-up. That was about halfway down and out.
Both teams have fallen into scoring droughts that have lasted longer than 2 minutes. Down the stretch, the defense is starting to dominate. Ciara Parchment, the fearless freshman, 19 points tonight. Got it! It rolls in. The crafty Canadian, 21 points, but those 2 the biggest of the bunch. Timeout Colorado with Illinois up by 6, 1:31 to play.
Parchment had a really strong first half, 15 points. She's been a little quieter.
37 seconds to protect this lead.
Yeah, I think the most important thing defensively right now is try to contain the ball handlers, the guards. Try to force Colorado to beat them from the outside, where they're just 1 of 7 from 3.
And foul called on the baseline. Illinois with plenty of fouls to give. That was just their first of this 4th quarter. Walker missed the shot, and a foul called off ball against Colorado.
And that was well defended from Illinois' Maddie Weber, just forcing Colorado, Ziana Walker, into a really tough fadeaway too.
Jackson floats it ahead. Brown Hager slows things down. If you're Colorado, do you start fouling now or play this out?
I would keep playing it out here. They've got to try to be disruptive, force some quick turnovers. But still a good amount of time in a 2-possession game.
A clean block, but Wallace regathers and puts it in for 2. Under a minute to play. Colorado needs points in a hurry.
Look at that defense from Brown Hager.
All over Wooten.
Oh.
Chucks it up and draws the foul.
Yeah, Jasmine Brown Hager doing her best job of trying to contain Desiree Wooten. But Wooten so quick with the ball. Brown Hager even put her hands behind her back to not even put herself in a position to get called for a foul, but that lower body made some contact.
Colorado in a 3-minute and 21-second scoring drought down the stretch here. Only 47 seconds remain. But Desiree Wooten will get 3 free throws here. First one rattles out, no good. So the best she can do is make it a 6-point deficit. Missed 2. Makes the third, 70. Well, they are going to do that tonight. And Jackson is fouled. But Colorado has to commit one more foul before Illinois will be shooting. And this is what you practice all season long, even before the season begins. Situational basketball like this. And you just hope you can get to a point in your season like we are now in the NCAA tournament where you can execute. Destiny Jackson will now go to the line to shoot 2. 82% free throw shooter. The freshman from Chicago, Illinois, who has been so impressive all night long. Makes the first. 9 points in this second half for Jackson. You add the 6 assists. Got them both. 9-point lead for Illinois. 40 seconds remaining.
Colorado did have a timeout to advance, but they're going to play it straight up.
Desperation 3 goes begging. Illinois has the rebound. And with 30 seconds to go, Illinois can start to feel it. You know, the final score of this game won't indicate what a competitive, close battle this has been throughout. You credit the Illini in the fourth quarter, totally separating.
Yeah, Illinois, I think, came in as the better team on paper offensively, and Colorado, for a lot of this game, was neck and neck with them in that department. But there's just been some separating factors for Illinois to gain this separation late in the game.
Well, it's fitting that Destiny Jackson gets to finish this game from the foul line. Just a complete performance for her. 16 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. This is her first career double-double, and it comes in her NCAA tournament debut. And she gets another rebound.
Again, this is a freshman making... This is her first time on this stage, and she's so confident, as have her young teammates, Barry Wallace, Ciara Parchment.
Well, the future is bright for all these underclassmen, but they're focused on the present, the here and now. And they have a date with 2-seeded Vanderbilt here in Nashville on Monday, where they would love to deliver the upset and continue their season. Wooten fouled again, shooting 3. That's twice in the final 2 minutes that Desiree Wooten has been fouled shooting a 3-pointer. That's the one thing you know you can't do.
Yeah, I mean, these are... end of game mistakes that if this is a tighter game, this could cost your season. So I'm sure this will be addressed with Shauna Green post game to make sure they got these out of the way should they advance here. You definitely can't send Michaela Blakes to the free throw line for 3 on Monday night.
Well, the nation's leading scorer, Illinois, and their defense, which they pride themselves on, particularly late in the season in the Big Ten tournament. And again tonight, they'll get their hands full against Michaela Blakes and that Vanderbilt offense that put up 102 tonight.
Efforts play.
Colorado does not foul, and Illinois is moving on to the second round. The youngest team in the 68-team field found a way in the fourth quarter